Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you all are well and you're having a nice time. So I am all suited up for the return of FPL. Just kidding, that is not the reason why I'm in a suit. That is just because I've arrived from an event and I thought that let's just quickly get done with the video. Let's record it before I hit the bed finally. So yeah, in this one I'll run you through my team selection. We'll look at the final or the updated draft that I've got. Some of the differential picks that I'm looking at, and before that I've got a very special guest who's going to discuss his team. He'll talk about his picks, and yeah, I think that is nice to have another team, another person talking about their team from the FPL community, so that you guys get something else to think about. You guys get some different ideas. So a special shout out to FPL Terre Hondre for taking part in this. So first I'll show you his video and we look at his team, and then definitely I'm going to talk about my side. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do that and help me reach 700 subs sooner. We're just 7 short. So yeah, let's just get started with things now.
Hi guys, FPL Terry Henry here. I'd like to say thanks to Zai for inviting me on to do this roundup of my Game Week 17 team. Pretty set on this 15. Not a lot of difference between my 16 and my 17. My OR at the moment is 68k, so the way I see it is don't try and fix what's not broken. So first of all, go right into it. I'm going to stick with Pope. Reason being, probably the best keeper in the league. Debatable, but I think he is. No matter who they're playing, Newcastle are going to get clean sheets. I've gone with White for Arsenal at the back because he's a bit cheaper than Gabriel. He's a bit cheaper than Saliba. Saliba's also on the yellow card issue, so it gives me a wee bit more to play with. Trippier, he's just, well, say no more. Trippier. I'm going to go with Robertson at Liverpool. I went with Trent between Game Week 12 and Game Week 17 and he never done much for me. Robertson seemed to look good as he got back and he's had a big rest, so I think I'll roll the dice with Robertson first. Cancelo, there's a lot of talk about dropping Cancelo, and I have dropped him and I've lost the value of him. But I brought him back. I just can't drop Cancelo. I think he's a fixture and fitting and should be in anybody's team. Another punt I've got in midfield is Rashford. There's a few people that could take his spot, but since they're playing Nottingham Forest first game, I expect him to play. I'll keep an eye on that, but expect him to play. Why not? Next we've got Almiron. I'm going to stick with Almiron again. I don't think he's just on form. I think he's a class player, and he's a class player on form. So he's nailed. Midfield, I've changed Martinelli. I've got rid of Martinelli. Not for any particular reason. I just think Odegaard's better value. I think Odegaard's. He just seems to amass points more regularly than Martinelli, and he's the captain, and I'm an Arsenal fan, so hail the captain. That's what I say. And then my big premium in midfield, I'm going to go with Salah. I think Salah's going to come back second half of the year, and I think he's going to outscore KDB. Might not be the case over the first couple of games, but I think Salah's certainly a 3-game punt, and if I don't see any returns from these 3 games or even a bit of form, I'm just going to go switch to KDB, and I might even look at Bruno. Let's face it, Bruno's a good option. Up front, I've got the Terminator. There's nothing else to say about that guy. I'm going to go with Darwin because I think Liverpool will shake things up second half of the season. And again, he's a punt, for the first 2 or 3 games, but he's a punt worth taking. My bench, I'm just going to stick with Ward. They seem to be the form team for clean sheets, so why not? And up my backup striker, I'm going with Nictea at Arsenal. And he's on the bench at the moment because I can't see anywhere in my team to get him in for game week 17. Patterson, Everton, only because he's 4 million. He's a playing 4 million player. He seems to get up and down the flanks. And Andreas, he's last of all. Andreas, what a value player he is. I don't think he'll be going away from anybody's team second half of the season. What a return for 4.6 million. Anyway, that's me, guys. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and good luck with the second half of FPL.
Now that was obviously a well-balanced side, and a huge shout out I would like to give to Terry Andre for taking part in this. Thank you so much, sir. It was an honor to have you here. And now let's just talk about my team. And I've got like a couple of changes from my previous draft, and I'll just start talking about from the goalkeepers again. I've got Ward and Arrizabalaga. Last time I tried bringing in Ramsdale, but I think Arrizabalaga and Ward are the cheap keepers, and Chelsea might keep clean sheets in some games. At least that is what most of the FPL community is hoping for. And if they do that, I think he kind of will be a keeper that would be a keeper with a lower price and high returns. And they've got the double fixture too, so if he gets 2 in one game each, so we could see 4 points from him in that particular game week. So that is the sole reason. And they've got some nice fixtures apart from Man City. They've got some fixtures where we might expect them to keep some clean sheets, and similar is the case with Ward. Obviously he has a tough fixture for now, but the other 2 fixtures after the Liverpool game definitely would be something one might target if Kepa flops and he doesn't go as things are planned by most of the managers. Now looking at the defense, there aren't much changes here. I've got Trippier, I've retained Reece James, Dalot stays in, and Bueno, the cheap defender, a bench filler, stays in my side. I'm obviously not going to play him until and unless I need him, and I'm not pretty sure that he would be a guaranteed starter. But if I need another defender, Dalot is obviously there for me. I might just make the bench settled as Dalot my first sub choice. But now looking at the differential or what I must say is a different pick from my previous draft. Like I mentioned in the previous video too, I wasn't pretty sure about Cancelo, and the sole reason is that I might give somewhere around 2.6 million more than the defender that I've thought about. For now I'm going to bring him in front of you. But Cancelo, he has been blanking since like past 5 to 6 game weeks, or probably more. Obviously he has had attacking returns, but now looking at his price, he's near 7.2. Some of them might have him at 7, some of them got him at 7.4. So the reason is that he's a pretty expensive defender, and when he keeps blanking on and on, that is something that hurts. And if you pay a lot of money, you want your defender to at least cover those clean sheets. But Man City isn't keeping a lot of clean sheets, and that is the sole reason why I would want to downgrade from Cancelo and put that rest of the bank into my midfield, inject that into my midfield for a better option. Now what options do we have? We can obviously do the double up of Newcastle, and then there are other defenders from Man City, and that is definitely what I'm currently looking at. I'll just downgrade Cancelo to, let me just type Walker here and push some defenders, and let's just now, as you can see, I've got Walker instead of Cancelo, and that is what I'm currently planning. I've seen most of the managers are thinking similar to me, and that is one reason why I wouldn't want to him being blanking again and again and not keeping clean sheets is one of the sole reason why me and some of the managers definitely would agree with that. He's got some nice fixtures, you can see those green fixtures, but what are the odds that Leeds would not score in that game? What is the probability that they would still keep clean sheet against a very attacking side that is obviously Leeds? Everton, we might see a clean sheet in that game, but Leeds is definitely a side that will score. They have scored against Man City a couple of times in the previous fixtures, and I think Leeds would be someone that would hurt them. Chelsea can hurt them, Spurs can hurt them. So I'm not pretty keen with Cancelo so far, but I would still keep money in the bank. And if let's say Walker is alright if he's playing. If let's say James isn't being among the attacking returns, he's consistently blanking, I might and on the other hand Cancelo start providing those attacking returns, I would just quickly switch from James to Cancelo with the bank I currently have saved from not buying Cancelo and keeping Walker. I obviously have 2.9 million in the bank as of now. Obviously that's 13.8, but that is before game week 7, before the game week 17. Obviously the draft will the team will probably be synced after the game week starts, but as of now obviously I do not have one midfielder too in the side, and that is still I've got some money left, and these are not this bank is obviously not the correct reflection. That is just what I wanted to say. Now looking at the midfield, I've got Kevin De Bruyne, I've got Rashford. De Bruyne is someone I've retained from the previous draft. I've got Rashford, I've definitely got Almiron. I'm gonna keep him. He has been, a bigger jam for me than most of the managers. Now, some of the managers did bring him in alongside me, and we've had fun with Almiron. He has returned those attacking points, and that was, pretty delightful seeing a cheap option being among the attacking returns. And I don't think he's gonna stop. He is in good form. He looks threatening. He was good in the warm-up games, or the games between the World Cup they played, and he was among those attacking returns that we actually expect from him in FPL 2. Now we look at Andreas, who has the penalty, who is expected to be on the penalties. I think with Mitrovic still being in the side, I think Andreas is on the penalties because he's clinical with that, and obviously Mitrovic is on a yellow card spree, and if he gets one more yellow he'd be suspended. So yeah, I've got keeping Andreas in, I've got that cover from Fulham. Now with the only and the fifth midfielder, now I've got two options. I might go for Bruno Fernandes to double up that Man United's attack or midfield, whatever you want to say. I mean, those are the attacking options that Man United has. I can go for Eriksen, I might go for Bruno Fernandes. Eriksen might be among those differentials, and Bruno Fernandes could be someone I might want to pick in my side for the attacking double up with a higher probability. Then I've still got the bank to go for Mo Salah. I've sacrificed Cancelo, and I've cemented a better spot for a penalty taker, and that is obviously Salah. And I think for any Man United, Bruno Fernandes would be on the penalties, and that is another head start. I might have Haaland a penalty taker, Bruno Fernandes another penalty taker, Andreas a penalty taker, 3 penalty takers in my side. And even if I go for Salah, I would still have 3 penalty takers in my side. So yeah, that is something, a food for thought, something for you guys to think about, that if you can sacrifice Cancelo, you can definitely strengthen up your midfield. Martinelli obviously a good option, but with Jesus now missing, I think his game might be affected because Jesus was the main man for them. He was producing those attacking moves. He was being very involved in those attacking movements. Now Nketiah will play. I don't know how things would work out. Hopefully they would still work out in Arsenal's favor, but that similar rhythm would be different with Martinelli alongside Jesus and Martinelli alongside Nketiah. And that is why I might let's just just to show you guys, let's pick Bruno Fernandes here, but I'm pretty keen on bringing Mo Salah and doing that De Bruyne and Salah double up. Either way, I've got a good midfield, a strong midfield to go into game week 17. And then we look at the forwards. I've definitely got Greenwood, a cheap option on the bench, who I might not gonna use a lot. And whenever I need someone from the bench, I'm hoping Dalot might cover that. He has got good fixtures, and he has the tendency to provide attacking returns, and he might come in. I'd keep Darwin Núñez, even though I'm not pretty sure with Darwin Núñez. After he played that game, he was pretty awful versus Man City. He kept missing 1v1 chances. Even I was cheering for Uruguay. I wanted them to go ahead, as I kind of have a soft spot for South American teams, but specifically Darwin Núñez, he was awful. He was pretty awful there too, but he has a higher XG, and he gets into those amazing positions. So one of my friend mentioned that he keeps firing those shots, and some of them might end up into the net, and that is the similar case why I've gone for Darwin Núñez. And that friend was none other than FPL Joelinton, our very own deck. So the next one is Haaland, who has the armband, and definitely there is nothing to talk about him. Haaland is a goal machine. He has been waiting for the return of Premier League, and he's gonna start banging. He's a robot. He's a machine. He won't stop with that scoring goals rhythm. So this is currently what my side is looking like. Let me know what are your plans, and let me know if you've got any suggestions for me. If I retain Cancelo and let go of Salah or Bruno Fernandes and go for a cheaper option, or whatever I'm doing currently, you guys agree with me. Let me know whatever you think about this, and let me know if you guys like these type of videos in which I collaborate, I bring in other people from the FPL community. Let me know, and I might contact you all on Twitter to be the next one for the shout out. So yeah, thank you to FPL Terry Henry once again, and thank you all for watching. This is it currently from my side.